Hi everyone, it's past 3 a.m. and here I am sitting, instead of sleeping, I'm sitting here in my house at night in my robe, looking sexy as hell as always, and I figured that I might as well make a completely different style of video than I usually do. Now, people often have worse judgment late at night than they do during the day, and I think that's why I have the courage to make this style of video right now. What video am I going to make? Well, I'm going to make a video that is completely unrelated to fitness, strength training, cardio. It is related more to something that I enjoy watching. UFC, MMA. Alright. Tonight, in a couple of hours, Stipe Miocic is going to fight Francis Ngannou. Sean O'Malley's on, Tyron Woodley, Vicente Luque, Thomas Almeida. Now, these weren't really in order, but those 6 guys I'm going to be focusing on today. I'm going to be making a predictions video for UFC 260, the 3, top fights of that card. And once again, I'm not a professional fucking sports bettor. I've never betted on a fight. I'm not a fucking MMA expert, but I know enough about the sport. I've been watching the sport for long enough so that I feel like I have a good enough grasp to make these videos without looking like a complete fucking retard. Now, there is a small chance that I will get all of these 3 wrong, and in that case I'm going to have to delete the video. No, I'm probably going to keep the video up, but yeah. So, I'm not an expert, guys, and if I get these ones wrong, then it just means that I didn't know enough. It is what it is, So, otherwise I'm going to end up looking smart, but I think it's better to just lower the bar a bit instead of going cocky and arrogant, so. Alright. We're almost 2 minutes in and I'm a good rambler, so let's get into the fights. Fight number 1. Sean O'Malley versus Thomas Almeida. Okay, what's going to happen in this fight? Here's what I see here's what I think is going to happen in this fight. Sean O'Malley on one hand has incredible length, reach, speed, techniques, variation. On the other hand, we have Thomas Almeida. Solid Muay Thai style with a lot of boxing actually. He's a shorter guy, he needs to get in on you a bit. He likes to slip past, and especially slip past further right there. He's an interesting guy, he's an interesting fighter, but I don't think he's anything super special. He is a more of a kickboxing, pretty orthodox, pretty regular, run-of-the-mill MMA fighter. And I think that he has great fundamentals, clearly, right? He's a pretty regular fighter though. And I think that Sean O'Malley, who is so young, he has taken so little damage. I mean, he got elbowed by Cheeto like probably twice. I mean, Sean has obviously, he's been in hard fights, but I don't think he's really taken any significant damage. He's very young. He's so fresh. And a lot of guys jumped off the O'Malley hype train after he got, beat up by Cheeto. Marlon Vera. But I really don't agree with that at all. I think Sean O'Malley is a fucking fantastic fighter. And of course Cheeto beat O'Malley. I'm not a stupid O'Malley fanboy who think that O'Malley should have won the fight. Obviously he lost to Cheeto. But O'Malley is so incredible, and I think that it's so dismissive and so retarded to just think that he's nothing, he's a hype train. No, O'Malley is a great fighter. He's very, very skilled. I think his best asset is, just like Conor McGregor, is his eyes, his composure, and his intelligence. These are 3 factors that Conor McGregor had that helped him to just be so calm, just wait and sit and wait and just slam the left hand. Just chill and see you and poke at you with different things and just boom, slam the left hand. Conor, he could just see into your soul. It was only him and his opponent that existed on the planet, and he could see as soon as you started moving, he'd slam that left hand on you. He had incredible plethora of techniques as well. But Sean O'Malley isn't really like Conor McGregor. He throws a lot more variation. I mean, he throws spinning kicks, which McGregor basically never really did in fights. He throws spinning back fists. I mean, Sean O'Malley throws phenomenal front kicks, phenomenal side kicks. I'd say overall, O'Malley. Now, I'm not supposed to talk about McGregor here, but I think they're very similar in the way they just see you, like their eyes and their intelligence, their fight IQ. They have that ability to truly understand what the opponent is doing. And I think that's a big weapon for Sean O'Malley coming into this fight. Now, Thomas Almeida is going to be able to put pressure on Sean O'Malley, but I also think that he doesn't really have the best chin. He's been hurt a lot of times. I mean, he's had sparring wars, whatever. I mean, I don't think he has a lot of tread left on the tyres, and Sean O'Malley's young, up-and-coming, phenomenal fighter, super sharp. Now, I think Sean O'Malley's a bit wild, and he does some stupid stuff sometimes when it comes to, like, what he does in the cage. Sometimes he throws shit that really doesn't make sense. Like when he threw that spinning, like that wheel kick, that's turning hook kick, when he threw that against Eddie Wyland. I think that was just kind of stupid. But, I mean, you're going to miss and you're going to fail when you do crazy techniques, but, I mean, the first time I ever saw Sean O'Malley was him versus Jose Quinones. And I was watching that live, and I was like, what the fuck? Sean O'Malley is an incredible fighter, and I don't want to disrespect Thomas Almeida, but I really don't see anything that he can do to stop Sean O'Malley. So if I get this prediction wrong, this is probably the prediction I'm the most confident in, so if I get this one wrong, basically I'm fucked. But I really feel like Sean O'Malley, he's going to knock out Thomas Almeida first round. Like, what is he going to do? I don't, like, Sean, man, he's so sharp and quick and slick and amazing, and I just love Sean O'Malley. So he better fucking beat up Thomas Almeida or I'll look like an idiot. Okay, next fight. Tyron Woodley versus Vicente Luque. This is a fucking difficult fight to call for several factors, but I think it mostly hangs on Woodley in this fight, because Tyron Woodley, he just got destroyed by Kamaru Usman, got destroyed by Gilbert Burns, and got annihilated by Colby Covington. He is, I can't remember his age. I'm going to guess he's like 38. I mean, he's old. I think he's older than George St. Pierre. I heard that on the internet. Apparently it's true. I don't know if it's true. I think it's true. He's older than George St. Pierre. He is, for a world-class MMA fighter, he's an old man. And he has great genetics. He has, a great body. He has great explosiveness. But, man, when you get up there in that age, you start losing that edge, man. And I'm going to be boring and say he's past his prime. I think we have pretty conclusive evidence of that at this point. I think he's lost 15 straight rounds, which is pretty terrible. And, it is what it is. I'm not a Tyron hater, though, because he can do a lot to win this fight against Vicente Luque. The thing with Luque, though, is he has great kickboxing, and he can put a pressure on Tyron. And we all know what happens to Tyron at this point when he gets put under pressure. He breaks, and I think that's mainly due to his cardio. And he's very reluctant to throw hard shots. And there are different theories on this. My theory is just he's scared of getting tired, man. He's so explosive. He can generate so much output in, say, a 20-second period. So he can burn so much more oxygen than these other guys in a shorter period of time. I mean, he's just scared to pull the trigger, man. Like, this is a difficult fight, though, to call. Because Vicente Luque, while he can put pressure on Tyron, he can't really put that wrestling pressure on him. Because Colby and Gilbert and the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman, all have very good grappling games, so they can really put a pressure on Tyron Woodley and really threaten that takedown. And especially Kamaru, as well as Colby, really actually use the takedown as a weapon against Tyron Woodley. And Tyron's a very strong wrestler, but he doesn't really have that cardio. So when it comes to like wrestling for any significant duration of time, he gets pretty handily beat by these other guys. And I don't think Vicente Luque can do that to Tyron Woodley. Vicente Luque is not fucking taking down Tyron Woodley. I think it's rather the opposite. Here's what I'm gonna think here's what I think is gonna happen in this fight. Tyron Woodley is probably gonna lose from just chilling by the fence and not really doing anything. But if he wins, he's gonna win by utilizing that strong right hand, that right leg kick that he always uses, especially the right hand, the straight right hand, and not just the fucking. Well, he doesn't throw it like that. He has more of a like this kind of stance. So I mean, I'd say the straight right hand is probably a better weapon for him than that big overhand that he throws. Just because Vicente Luque has kind of that like Muay Thai style guard. He's pretty protected around here. He's not as protected in the middle. Tyron Woodley's obviously faster than pretty much everyone in the division. And if he lands on Vicente Luque is just going to boom, knocked out. Be boom, knocked out. But the thing is, I don't think Tyron's going to land that one shot. What I hope is going to happen for Tyron's sake and for his career's sake at this point is that he goes ahead and he uses his wrestling background and takes down Vicente Luque, tries to land some ground shots, tries to push some pressure on Vicente, because this is a 3-round fight, guys. And in a 3-round fight, I don't think he needs to be as gun-shy and as careful with his cardio and his energy, his resources. So I think that Tyron can win this fight. I just don't know, man, because he is nearing that place in his career where you start going downhill and it's so difficult to turn that trend around. Vicente Luque, he has 7 losses on his record or something. He has a lot of losses, but he's still doing well. He's got a lot of finishes. I don't know what I'm going to pick, man. And I don't really want to pick Tyron Woodley because everyone's picking Vicente Luque. Everyone's just saying, oh, Tyron Woodley's on the skid, he's losing, he's terrible. Vicente's going to beat him up, he's younger, he's fresher. But man, it's so difficult to choose because you never know what Tyron's going to show up. Tyron needs to throw one punch. He needs to throw, I don't know, 7 takedowns, one punch. Know what I mean? I mean, basically, he lands one punch, Vicente's knocked down, dead, you know? And if he just can fucking do a fucking takedown and put some pressure on Vicente and burn some calories, just put on some pressure on that guy and be prepared to put an effort out there, not just chill by the fence. I think he can beat Vicente Luque, but man, I'm not sure what he's gonna do here. So it's all on Tyron at this point, but I'm gonna go with fuck. It's so hard to choose, man. I gotta think about this. The Weasel picked Tyron Woodley, I believe. Everyone else is picking Vicente Luque. This is fucking impossible to choose, man. Oh. I didn't think that this video was going to be so difficult. I'm going to go with something. I'm going to say Tyron Woodley. No, fuck. I'm going to say Vicente Luque. Look, Tyron Woodley could pretty handily beat Vicente Luque. I don't think he's going to do the right things. So I'm going to go with Vicente Luque on this fight. Whew. It feels good to get that off my chest. Okay. Finally, heavyweight. Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou. Okay. Francis Ngannou outweighs Stipe by 29 pounds. Francis Ngannou has a reach advantage on Stipe. Francis Ngannou has a power advantage and a chin advantage. Francis Ngannou has a speed advantage. Stipe Miocic has an immigrant mentality advantage. Stipe Miocic has a cardio advantage, significant cardio advantage. Stipe Miocic has a wrestling advantage. Submission-wise, he's probably not really a threat for Francis because Francis is so strong. He could just power out of pretty much anything. So I'm going to say, I mean, Stipe, what he really did the last fight was Francis came in there. He said it himself, you know, he was trying to knock out Stipe as if he was nothing, as if he was just trying to run through him and destroy him. And, you know, it was visible. Francis came in there way larger than Stipe, just a hunk of muscle, basically. A big black hunk of muscle. I don't say that in a racist, offensive way. It's just the way he looks, you know. And then he goes out there and he throws big bombs at Stipe. You know those big, wide, fucking gigantic punches. Stipe, he just ducks at the waist and ducks under all of these and floats back and moves away. And Francis gets frustrated, tired. And then Stipe starts coming forward, smothering Francis, hitting him with some solid right hands, hitting him with a couple jabs, not really many, taking Francis down. Francis got tired, Stipe took him down a bunch of times, hit him on the ground. Francis got up, he took him down again. Stipe really put a pressure on Francis, and Francis got tired as fuck. Francis, he's a giant hunk of muscle, And when you're that big, that strong, that explosive, that just gifted, you can burn so much energy in such a short period of time. And Stipe, he has more of a constant output, right? Stipe doesn't really knock you out in the first round, just knock you dead with one punch. Stipe has that power. He has a very good power in his right straight. But Francis, man, he has obviously the power advantage here. Now, the question is, on the Tyron Woodley-Vicente Luque fight, I always said that it's Tyron who dictates what's going to happen in the fight. And in this case, I'm going to say it's Francis that dictates what's going to happen in this fight. Because what I'm hoping he's not going to do as a Francis fan. By the way, I love Stipe. He's great, but if I have to choose Francis, he's just fucking cooler, man. But anyway, as a Francis fan, what I don't want him to do is just bum rush Stipe, throw these big fucking punches, just attack him, and then Stipe takes him down and hits him, and he gets up and he throws big punches and he gets taken down and he starts wearing out and he starts questioning himself, doubting himself. No. What Francis needs to do, he needs to go in there calm and composed and let Stipe come to him. Because in a striking match, if Francis is not tired, he destroys Stipe. Just because Stipe can land like 3 big things, Francis needs to land one pretty bad punch and he can really turn that fight around. Because Stipe, what he did in the first fight, in the beginning, was he just backed off. He just didn't really engage with Francis. He let Francis chase him. But the thing is, if Francis can stay in the middle of the cage, be calm, and let Stipe come to him, be patient, use his intelligence, use his IQ, use his brain, and think, I don't need to knock this guy dead with one punch. I need to put a jab in his face. I need to put leg kicks on him. Now, Stipe can grab that leg kick and take him down, but if he doesn't, that fucking Francis Ngannou leg kick, man, it just destroys your leg. So, Francis has the ability to really hurt Stipe, both with jabs and leg kicks. Now, I don't know if he's smart enough to do that, and I don't know if his instincts are going to take over. But I think the Predator has a good chance here, if he uses the right game plan. Now, I don't know where his wrestling is at. I think maybe he can stop Stipe's takedowns. Maybe. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. I think he can stop them first 1.5 rounds, 2 rounds. If he's lucky, he can stop them for 2 rounds. But Stipe is going to keep coming, man. And I think that if this fight goes past the first round... No. If this fight goes past the second round, I'm going to say that, then Stipe wins, like 90% of the time. I think that Francis can get either a first or a second round KO or TKO. If I was Francis, I would go into this fight with a very calm mentality. Let Stipe come to me, stay in the center of the cage, maybe even back off a little bit. Look at Stipe with my eyes and not just bum rush him. Look at him, put a jab in his face, put a leg kick, move around, put a body shot maybe. He never threw a body shot against Stipe. Throw some body shots. Maybe even throw a body kick or a head kick. I don't think Francis can do that, but mix it up a bit in the striking. Not just try to throw that big right hand. Think about what he's doing, all right? Put a couple different strikes in Stipe's face and get him stressed and maybe hit Stipe with an uppercut as Stipe is trying to take him down. If I'm Stipe, I'm just going in there thinking, I already beat Francis. Francis has got great power. All I need to do is I need to back off, stay calm, maybe just think about it, put a bit of a jab there, a bit of a kick there. He doesn't really throw many kicks, but so he's mainly a boxer, whatever. I'm going to throw a jab. I'm probably going to avoid his punches as much as possible. And then as soon as he starts, he's throwing a bunch, he's so tired, he's a bit tired now, he's trying to take a breath. Now I'm going to go at him, feint him, he's going to throw it more, I'm going to go at him, feint him, and then I'm going to take him down, know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do if I'm Stipe. So keep it active. Make sure that Francis is doing something all the time. Either Francis is throwing these telephone poles at him, or Francis, as soon as Francis is trying to catch his breath, if I'm Stipe, I'm putting another feint on him. I'm throwing that jab, all right? I'm feinting a takedown. If I'm Stipe, I want to stay as active as possible in the fight without it turning into a brawl. And I want to put pressure on Francis. And I want to get him down, not ASAP. My biggest priority is not to get hit at all by Francis. But if I'm Stipe, I want to take him down already in the first round and change him. Change Francis. Stipe, he has that immigrant mentality, man. This is so difficult to call. a lot of people are calling Francis now. Francis is the favourite, which I really think that's kind of weird. Stipe can just, in theory, just take Francis down a bunch of times, tire him out, and win the fight by unanimous decision. I think that's the most likely scenario. But at the same time, Francis has improved a lot when it comes to his patience. Not necessarily his technique, but his patience. And Francis can really make something magic happen. Because as long as he can just detach from the idea of knocking Stipe out, he's going to be able to knock Stipe out. He needs to go in there, just be relaxed and not look for the shot. He needs to just look at Stipe, put something in his face, be active, and as soon as you see it, boom, hit that shot. As soon as he sees the opening, he needs to slam that shot. And he needs to stay calm once he hurts Stipe. Because if he gets all crazy, if he starts throwing that big long left hook to keep Stipe in and then goes for that big right hand, I mean, he's just going to get taken down by Stipe. So, this fight is fucking impossible to predict. And I've got a big feeling I'm going to get this wrong. Oh, this is so hard. The safe option is Stipe by unanimous decision. But I really feel like Francis is a fucking animal, man. And I think that he can probably knock out Stipe. So this fight is such an anxiety thing. This makes me feel terrible trying to choose the winner of this fight. Oh, fuck, man. Okay. I think Francis opens the fight calmer than last time. I think Francis... Man. I think it stays standing longer than last time. And I also think that Francis, he's calmer than last time. I also think Francis is lighter and faster than last time. You go in there, you fight like that, you kind of hit it. Alright, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the stupid decision of going for the favourite who actually isn't as likely of winning. I'm going to go with Francis Ngannou by a second round TKO. That's random. But I think that he's gonna take a while to feel out Stipe. Now, Stipe, once again, guys, if Stipe knocks Francis out, alright, fine. I'm completely wrong. If Stipe pulls a unanimous decision on Francis, I'm not that wrong because I can see that alternative. But I think Francis gets a second round TKO on Stipe, just from staying calm, stopping the takedowns, putting something in his face, working that jab, working that leg kick if he can, and Stipe and him are going to get into more of a brawl-ish because Stipe is not going to want to waste his energy with the takedown. Francis is going to hit him with something big and put him away. That's how I see that fight going. Whew. This is a long-ass video, guys, but I'm actually very happy that I made a video today about this. And once again, guys, I'm not an expert. There's a high probability that I get all of these three wrong. So if I do, I'm sorry, I let you down, but I think that this video was pretty interesting for fight fans to listen to nonetheless. Maybe not for my regular audience who just want to watch strength training, but for fighters, this is probably interesting for you guys. So, thank you for watching. Once again, I'm going with Sean O'Malley, first round knockout. Tyron Woodley, oh fuck, no. Did I go with Luque? I can't remember where I went. No, I can't remember what I predicted. I predicted one of them. Vicente Luque, I think I predicted. So, Sean O'Malley, Vicente Luque by decision. And then I've got Francis Ngannou by second round TKO, not even KO, because I think he's not really going to find that perfect shot against Stipe, because Stipe's got such good defense. So, once again, guys, I'm sorry if I get all of these wrong. I'm going to go to bed now. I don't know what the time is, probably like 4 AM almost, and I really need to sleep. So, it feels very fun to make this video, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's see if I have to delete this video or not.